Welcome. Welcome to this online teaching, which will be coming to you on the first Sunday in August. And we're recording it early because two of us have to be somewhere else on that Sunday. So we're glad to have you with us. And Peggy's with us, and Phyllis and Nadia, someone from both coasts of America, and Nadia from Europe. So I'd like to start with the net of light meditation. And I think, Peggy, you're going to lead us. So go ahead.
All right.
Thanks.
Welcome, everyone. We're so glad you're here. And as you know, we begin these beautiful gatherings with invoking the net of light to encompass everything and hold us as we proceed with the work. So if you would please close your eyes, plant yourself, sitting firmly in your chair, comfortably, your spine straight, your feet planted on the floor. And breathe, taking in beautiful air, circulating that air throughout your being, aware of this glory of having a body. And on your next exhale, let go of all that isn't needed. There's so much we carry that's not necessary, weighs us down. Let it go. And as you next breathe in, bring your awareness into the core of your body, and in particular, your heart space and your belly. Let yourself have a Buddha belly. Breathing deep into the core of your body. And on that next exhale, float into the sacred space of your heart. And feel how it is to be connected in this beautiful space of the heart, which is such an integral part of our being, and it fuels the net of light. The jewel of our hearts light up the net of light. So easy to forget that. And we call on the grandmothers and every form of the divine, all the holy ones, the divine masters, the saints, the sages, the gurus, all of the teachers who always teach that we are part of the divine. We are part of all that is. Such an important reminder. We are not separate. We never have been. And we awaken to the truth of our connection. And so we take our place on the net of light. Perhaps it still appears as a vast lighted fishing net. Perhaps some other image comes to you that carries great meaning for you and helps you to enter that space, anchoring the perfect place for you to do this blessing work that we're doing now. We're here to amplify the net of light by pouring love and light into it. But we can't give without receiving. And as we think and feel our love and our light flowing into the net, it immediately flows back to us. Like a great wave of blessing on the shore of our being. Just take a couple breaths and revel in that wave action, that energy moving through us. And as we feel that wonderful wave on the shore of our being, welcome in the ancestors of light. Welcome them from your own personal lines your lineages, your father and mothers, and also the ancestors of the land that you call home. And know that as you are calling on these ancestors, you're also calling on all of the ancestors from of the lands of everyone who is on this call. There's such a knowing that we're all family in this beautiful connection that we share. And so we cast the net to one another, to everyone throughout time, throughout space. We cast to every human being on the earth. We cast the net to the elements. We've already spoken of them, those elements in our bodies. The elements and the elemental spirits that allow us to have a form in this body. The earth, the water, the fire, the air, the ether that holds it all. The great container. We cast to the nature spirits, the devas, all of the natural world that we've ignored or didn't know about for so long, but we know now, and we include them with great gratitude. We cast to the animals, the beautiful ones who give so much, sometimes sacrificing themselves so we may eat, and our beloved pets who fill our hearts with love and joy and laughter. The plant kingdom giving endlessly of itself. The fungi teaching us about connection. The great trees providing the oxygen we breathe. The mountains of our world, all the minerals they contain, and the constant reminder in that great steadiness that we too are to hold steady with great strength. We cast to all the worlds within this world, the worlds within our bodies, a vast, vast world inside the cells of our bodies, every cell, all the trillions of cells, each its own world, its own cosmos. No separation. We cast to all the suns beyond our sun. And so we offer this prayer. May everyone in all the worlds be happy. Sing. May everyone in all the worlds be happy. May everyone in all the worlds be happy. Oh, peace, peace, peace.
Thank you, Peggy. That was just beautiful. So we meet within the net of light, connected deeply and intimately with one another throughout the world. People here from joining from every part of the earth herself. And we're in an interesting and an exciting place now with this work. Many of you have been with us for a long time. Some have just joined us. Everyone comes at the perfect moment for their highest good and their highest growth. But I'm going to do a little review with you because we're right on the edge of something we've longed for a very, very long time. There has begun a great influx of goodness. And we're going to talk about that and experience that. But Peggy, while you were doing this meditation, I just flashed on the need to have each of the grandmother's books here. So I ran up the stairs and down and got them. These books, there's 4 of them. I don't know if there'll be another one or not, but we'll see. But these 4 span a great learning curve for all of us. This is the first one, A Call to Power, The Grandmothers Speak. This was when the grandmothers first showed up. They showed up in 1996, in the fall of 1996, when I was walking the dog. Scared the heck out of me, got my full attention, and began the process of turning my life upside down. And I was pretty shocked by what they were teaching me and thrilled by it, and immediately began to pass it on. This concept that they were talking about, that we are at one with the divine, that there is no separation, and that we will be helping bring this strong network of light, which they then told me was called the net of light, the cosmic web, Indra's net, all those names, same thing, that we would be bringing this into full power. And so this happened in the beginning. Within a few months, they were teaching me over and over and over again. And so I wrote this book, scared to death, not knowing how to write, not knowing how to publish. I had to learn the computer, the whole business. There's the first book. Here comes the second one. Our love is our power, teaching us that very thing, teaching us how to work together as a community, to work in communion with each other, heart to heart, really connected, in order to amplify the power of this net of light, which has been reactivated during this time because of the great crisis period we're living in on Earth. The Earth, as you all know, as we all know, is in grave crisis now on every level, physically, environmentally, morally, in every way, there is crisis. And so there is need for stability. And within this connection of the net of light that we hold steady in our hearts, the stability comes to you and me personally, so we feel grounded and able to hold steady in this onslaught of change we're living in, and holds the whole world steady. So our love is our power. Power, we sang. Our love is our power. And it's true. Here comes the third book. Maybe written, 12 years ago, something like that. This is casting the net for the world. We cast the net of light. Not only do we anchor it and hold it for ourselves to keep ourselves steady and keep our lives grounded, our families grounded, our communities grounded, we give it away. We cast this net of light. And so you see the cover of this book is the woman casting the net of light holding the earth steady. We are part of that net of light. We are also this woman who casts it. And so this became our logo because it embodies who we are and what we do. We anchor this net of light, we cast the net of light. And the grandmothers have said there is no greater service you can perform than this during these most unsteady times. So from there came the fourth book. This is entitled The Return of the Mother, the return to love. The great mother, the feminine principle, the magna mater has returned to earth to hold together with the great father the whole of life. And we work with her to welcome her back, to be vessels for this power of the feminine principle. Both women and men work with her, and she works through us just as God the Father works through us. And together we hold this union of the male, female, yin, yang, principle of life. And this is the point where the writing stops, at least for now. And so along that trajectory of those 4 books is this tremendous escalation of growth, from quaking, being afraid. I think all of us felt this way. I know I did, to even consider that I could be at one with the divine. Because of course, we've all been indoctrinated to believe that we are not divine. We are not worthy. We are not enough. Who the heck do we think we are? Well, the grandmothers gave the lie to that and said there is no separation between the divine and you. You and we are one. And over time, through many, many experiences with them, we learned this. And they gave us songs that embody that. They gave us teachings, ceremonies, dances, dreams, all kinds of information to fill in the blanks until we began to really get that. Those blanks are pretty well filled in those books and also on our website. We've loaded the website, as I've said so many times, so that anyone, wherever you live, can access this information. This is the time of the great wake up, the great wakey, where we come alive to who we really, really are. Not some little cur, some little tiny nothing, but really an embodiment of the divine. And so I address you as that. You are embodiments of the divine. I am an embodiment of the divine. And it's a lot more fun living that way than it is living in that way of feeling not enough, groveling, miserable. So what the grandmothers said to us the last time I went to them was, you have done very well. You've worked very, very hard. You have worked to clean up faulty beliefs, feelings of separation, feelings of division between God being here and you being there, and brought them together. You have worked very hard. And they said, and now it's time for you to receive. Because you have made of yourself a bigger and a bigger vessel for holding and receiving love. Now we ask that you open to receive, that as you do this, because you do this, the whole world will be able to receive. You understand now, and I think many of you do, most of you do, understand that you are part of the net of light, that you are part and parcel of the one love that holds all life everywhere steady. You are part of that. There is no separation. And so as you relax and say, yes, yes, I want to receive. I'm ready. I'm not holding back anymore. To heck with that. I'm ready to receive. And as you say yes, we will fill you full. So I want to talk about that a little with all of us together here. And I also, if you have any questions about this or thoughts about this, send us a note, send us an email, send us a little chat note, whatever you want to do, so that we know where you are and how to respond to you. But I want to open this up and ask Peggy and Phyllis and Nadia to talk a little bit about this last message of the grandmothers, which was asking us to say yes, to simply receive for now, not to work so hard, but to recognize, I am part of this fabric of being. I am in the family of light, for sure. The grandmothers are holding me. I am at one with the net of light, so I can breathe it in and I can receive. So I want to ask you three, you've been working with this for a while. How does it feel? What's it like for you when you think this way about, it's time to turn my receptors on so that I just receive. I don't need to be particularly doing anything right now, although I may, but more of my attention needs to be on receiving so that more comes into me and then goes everywhere it's needed effortlessly. So how has that been for you?
Well, the old doing gets in the way. I can say yes to receiving, and then it's like, hey, yeah, but this needs to be done, and that needs to be done. And oh, yeah, I receive. And what helps is knowing that as I receive, everyone else receives. But yes, I'll also receive for me. But it's finding that balance. That's
I
why
got the biggest kick out of watching you, Nadia, because you were basically doing what we all do. Yes, but yes, but
oh, that's my middle name, remember?
yeah, that's what it takes. Some learning. It takes some experience to recognize that the yes takes care of all the buts.
Stop it.
Yeah, pig.
So I would say that I've experienced it similarly to the way that Nadia has. I think being in this do mode of there's always been an assignment, as you put it in this last message, receive for the earth, that just to kind of shift gears and just kind of coast. What's that? How do I do that? So it comes as a relief that that all the doing is no longer necessary. But yes, how do you do it? So moving to that, moving to that question, I have realized for me that it can't just be a cognitive reception. Oh, okay. We don't have to do anything now. We don't have any homework right now. If it just stays lodged in my thoughts, up in my head, it doesn't work. If I move into my body, which we're constantly asked to do, to see how do you feel with this? Not what do you think about it? How do you feel with this? If I move into my body, and breathe into the core of my being, I can receive in a very different way that does me some good, and that I think I'm doing on behalf of other people. And just by the action of doing it, because we're connected, yes, others benefit as well, which Nadia also addressed. So that's been a key component for me to be able to just rest and receive.
I think what you said you touched this very beautifully in the meditation, Peggy, and breathing into the core of your body, our bodies, and contacting our energy there. Such an ease into the heart there, such a natural place, circumventing the mind that way. The one that says, have I earned this well enough? Do I know enough? Am I enough? It's mostly that earning thing that gets tricky, and this is nothing to do about that. Absolutely nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not even, it's not for me even a necessary state of mood, or it's just really opening. I feel like opening to a new kind of being, a new kind that's not connected to there's a certain kind of enthusiasm about it, I have to say, because I get the excitement of the power of it in a way that I didn't used to. So I feel like I know that it's enormously beneficial in this moment to all, because I'm feeling part of it.
Mm.
And you brought us into that in such an easy way, Peggy, such a natural way. There is a willingness, yes, and an excitement. Maybe enthusiasm is a better word. It has more colors in it.
We're beginning a new phase, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I have no idea where it will go. No idea, but it's exciting, and it's further away from all the mental domination and more into this freedom of creating and being created through. It's like we are the painter making the painting, and we are the painting that's being painted at the same time. So much more to be revealed, and much more freedom, greater and greater freedom. So what I want to do is take you through what they put me through when they brought this in, because this message came when I went to ask them what was our next job to do here, at the Net of Light. We're ready to work, we like to work, and we do. And it's been great to learn how to broadcast the Net of Light, how to work with the ancestors for healing the wounds of the past, how to reconnect with nature and begin to allow nature into our lives fully, so that we work with the elemental spirits and they with us in a natural give and take. All of those things are magnificent. And the grandmothers say, and they will all continue. However, you have reached a point within your capacity of learning now where the more you receive, the more of a quantum field of this goodness you create, and the more people and the more animals and the more plants and the more beings also receive. So give yourself time to learn how to take in even more and we'll show you how. We'll help you so that greater good will happen on this earth because you are taking this in and saying yes. I hope this is clear. I hope this is clear. We've been brought to this point where they're showing us who we are. They have told us for a long time, you are much greater than you think. You are by far greater than you know. We promise you, this is just a small part of what you will experience. But being conditioned the way we've all been conditioned, those are nice words, but what does that mean? But now they're beginning to give us the opportunity to learn it viscerally, physically, emotionally, mentally, all at the same time. Ladies who are here with me, is this clear? Is there something more to be said about this? Can you think of anything that needs to be added? Nadia?
It's a question that came out of my group last week. And they said, how is that for Sharon? Because she's doing all the time. I'm sorry if this is not, but still.
Oh, you mean yeah, that's true. I am. I'm just a happy little doer. But what's happened for me is I'm thrilled. I am so happy, so thrilled. It's just, I'm delighted by almost everyone and everything. It's just amazing. I love it. I love feeling this fullness and expecting more and more of it. It's so comforting and natural. That's how I'm feeling.
By listening to you, it feels like what Phyllis and Peggy said. It's like, flick off that switch up here and let it naturally flow into you.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. I don't miss the yap, 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 yap at all.
Sharon, a couple of days ago, you had asked if I would remember to read something that one of the beacons in Georgia had sent. I had just forwarded this latest newsletter, posted it on our Southeast Facebook page, and sent others via email for people who don't do Facebook. And got the most beautiful letter from this beacon. This is what she wrote. It's very short and very sweet, and it captures what we've been speaking of. So she writes, wow, I could feel the energy coming into my heart and spreading throughout my body and beyond, connecting us. So powerful and beautiful, divine love, and a feeling of deep gratitude.
Yes. Amen. She spoke it so well. That's exactly right. Yes. Thanks, Peg. And thanks to her. Yeah.
Thank you, Karen.
Yes. Thank you, Karen. Phyllis, did you have anything else you wanted to add before we go on?
It's a great, I don't have words for this feeling that's coming around me, through me. And but it's something like such a beautiful softness and that kind of reception that is softness. And I don't ever know what grace means, but there is that.
I love that. I love that. Well, I'm so happy you can't define it because it's so much bigger than any definition. Just keep receiving it. Okay, so let's experience together now. Let's experience this great gift from the grandmothers who are asking us to say yes to this. So I'll just kind of share with you. I put it in a newsletter, and I'll speak it now as well as I can about what happened when I went to the grandmothers. So I went to them, my busy little bee self, asking for our next job, and they just smiled at me with this kind of knowing look. And I sat there waiting, and then in the distance, I saw this movement, a kind of a rolling, cascading forward movement. It was like on the horizon line, and it was coming in closer and closer, this rolling cloud-like light, beautiful, pinkish, peachy, just lovely light rolling and rolling. And it began to roll over me and around me. So feel that if you want, you too can say yes to that with your own curiosity about it. Yes, okay, I'm interested. I want to learn, and let it come. Because the grandmother said, this is available now. We are covering the earth. The earth is being covered and will resound with this enrolling, inflowing beauty, goodness, fullness. And it was like it had a feel to it. It was almost a kind of a viscous, soft honey flow. And there was even a faint aroma of something that I couldn't put my finger on, but wonderful, like nectarish, floral scent. And it was coming in, feel it now, as it covers you in front, behind, at the sides, and penetrates through your skin, through your breath, through your hair follicles, through every part of you, and you breathe it in, and it infills. It's goodness. It's goodness on the move. It's goodness penetrating, fulfilling every part of you, your thoughts, your bones, your skin, your memory banks, the area around you, your energy field, beneath your feet, all around you, this rolling, encompassing, giving light. And it fills, it heals, it blesses, it uplifts. You just sit in that now. And know that as you receive, as you say yes to this goodness, everything and everyone who resonates with you in some way is able to receive. Those in your ancestral line receiving, those who share psychic patterns with you, mental interests with you, physical body type with you, those who share understandings with you, who share suffering with you. You are soaking up. You are a reception point for thousands, for millions. And just recognize that as you sit in this and you hold and receive, how great this goodness becomes, how vast and all pervasive, able to do untold good. And there's great gratitude for you who are willing to be a vessel of good. And there's great gratitude from you for the beauty of this experience. Notice how your body feels again. There may be tinglings, or there may be temperature changes, or there may be a feeling of size increase, or you may feel areas of discomfort where great healing is occurring, or many other things. Just notice your body and give thanks to it for being such a good receiver and such a good teacher, so willing to help. And we give thanks to the grandmothers for this great ride you've let us be on with you, for all the leading you've done, the teaching, and that you will continue to do. And once more, just breathe in and then breathe out that loving, lovely yes. I receive. Yes, I give. And keep your focus on the receiving part. The giving happens effortlessly. And in your great fullness and your great steadiness and grounded being that you are, feel the chair under you, the floor under you, the room, the place surrounding you. You are in your perfect place. You are full of grace. And all of this is flowing from you wherever it is needed. And you don't even have to worry about where that is. The divine knows where it's needed, and it goes there. Peace, 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 peace in me brings peace, 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 peace in my family. Then peace, peace, peace within my community brings peace, peace, peace within my country. Nadia, will you sing the last verse?
Peace, 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 peace on earth brings peace, peace, peace throughout the universe, throughout the universe.
This is who we are. This is what we are here to do. This is why we've been brought together in this beautiful work with the grandmothers. If you want to know more about this, and if you'd like to join us in this work, you're very welcome. There's no charge for any of it. You can go to grandmothersspeak.com or netoflight.org and contact us.
And the next online teaching in September will be at an earlier time. We'll switch to 10 a.m. Pacific time. After 2 years of doing it at a later time, we have now decided to go for the 10 a.m. time.
Thanks, Nadia. Just one other little thing. The grandmothers are saying this to you right now. This is special delivery to you. And then we'll close. Oh, how we love you. Oh, how we love you. Oh, how we love you. Oh, how we love you.